Hey, Chalk Chickadees. This is Grace here at Chalk Couture with the Comfy Nest, and I'm going to be inking today. We're not using chalk paste, we're going to use ink. And I am going to ink on some of these tea towels. I call them tea towels. They're these flour sack towels, and these are a favorite kitchen staple of mine. I love using these in our kitchen. Love them for drying dishes and cleaning things up and all that jazz. So, speaking of cleaning things up, I'm trying to clean up my craft mat here so I can get started with this project. I have had back-to-back lives today. I did one at 11, one at 1, and now here at 2. The other 2 you'll find over at the Comfy Nest page and the Comfy Nest with Grace. The first one was for Essential Stencil. Did a cute project for that, and that one's going in the mail to a viewer, so I'm excited about that. The second one was Crafts for Kids, and we made these sweet little like treat holders that you can put treats in here and deliver to someone's door, just hang it on their door. So we made these and Crafts for Kids, and now we're gonna do some tea towels. So hang tight while I make sure that this live is working, and I'm gonna actually try to find a way to share this in my VIP group. Thought that would be fun for those folks to get a little note to make sure that they know that I'm live. So that would be good. Just hang tight while I do that. Oh my goodness. I think because there's so many of us in the house that we're like overusing if it's possible, we're overusing our Wi-Fi. Like the strength of our Wi-Fi is being tested, I think. All right, so let's see now. There it is. There's the little share button. So if I use the share button, I say share to group, and then I go to, can I do it? Will it let me? Come on, Facebook. I just thought of this the other day. I don't know why the first time I thought of this. But I thought, why wouldn't I be able to share with my VIPs that I'm live on the regular page? The business page. There we go. Let's see if that works. All right. See if it helps. I don't know. We're just going to see. So I have a couple of really cute designs. I want to get my apron first because I kind of have a new shirt on and I do not want to get ink on it. Ink would definitely stain. So I'm going to grab my apron to protect my clothes, and I actually probably should roll up my sleeves because I'm a messy crafter. It's just the way it goes with me. When you guys come on, say hello so I know who's there. Has anybody used ink before? I've got 2. I'm trying to decide between 2 different designs, 2 different colors on a tea towel. We use these tea towels all the time, like daily. We usually have 2 of them out, at least 2 of them. So I'm a huge fan of them. I had never actually heard of them. In Massachusetts, I didn't use tea towels growing up. We used just regular kitchen towels. Now, these flour sack towels, I don't know, where I live now is where I learned about them, and they're so handy. So I got this pack. They're really inexpensive too. It was probably $8 or $9 maybe for this pack of 5, and I'm going to decorate, I'm going to make them cute. So they're really thin. That's what I love about them, because they really dry quickly. So you're done drying your towels and you can hang it up and it'll dry rather quickly to be used. And then you just, throw them in the laundry. Really easy every day or 2 to clean them up. So I love them. All right. So here are some ideas I have. I have this fern and I have not used it. And I thought this would make a gorgeous pattern all over one. Thank you, Tracy, for doing that. Hi, Robin. Hello. Hi, guys. So glad you're here. So that's one idea. The other idea I had was the French market would make a lot of sense, right? That would be really cute on one. Or I haven't used this one yet, and I'm really wanting to. The mercantile one. This, I think, I'm kind of leaning toward the mercantile one because I could do a big design on this. So when you're inking, what you would need, you still need a squeegee. Instead of using paste, chalk paste, which is erasable, we're going to use chalk ink, which can be made permanent by heat setting it with an iron on fabric. And if it's on ceramics or glass, you can heat set it in the oven. You need, obviously oven safe glass to do it. I'm going to use an inking mat. This is one of the originals, so it looks a little different than the one that's in the catalog now. But it has a plastic cover over it, and it has an adhesive. And what that does is it holds your fabric down so that when you're inking and designing on it, it doesn't move and budge on you. I inked this apron, and then I just set it with an iron, like a hot iron, clothing iron, to make the ink set so that when I throw this in the wash, it won't budge. It won't go anywhere. So, okay, let me just get my, let me get where I need to be. Hold on here. Hold on. Wait a minute. I could see why it would be helpful to have someone in the room with you to help with all of the electronic stuff, because it is a little bit of a juggling to do both, to like get the live going, and you're trying to manage the comments, and there we go. Hi, June. And there's Cheryl. Hello, hello. And Teresa. Welcome. Oh, gosh, Ellen, the toast incident. I was thinking, I'm not jittery anymore, but I have stopped drinking coffee and I'm onto water. I was thinking I need to share that with my friends and family, because them knowing me and knowing my children, they would know how funny that is. And also, just anybody who doesn't even know us very well, that is, like, how often does a fire alarm go off when you're live? I don't know. I hope not very often. What, honey? My bad. My son's in the other room saying, my bad. My bad. Okay, I'm going to put the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. I'm using my regular phone today. The other day, or yesterday, I tried a new software streaming, a streaming software to stream from, so that I have more tools and more options. It just, I think it's going to enhance the way I offer these lives. But today, I just did not have time to get it set up. I only have one laptop, and I have to move the laptop from my office into my craft room to do it. I'm looking at this inking mat is a square, and my design that I want to use is really long, and the ink mat would fit there, but I want to put the scale on the outside of the word, I think. So there's another ink mat that's long and skinny. So you got to pick the one that's best for your project. But I'm going to put this down on my ink mat and stick it down, and then we'll see. Let me get my towel positioned correctly. I'm just going to do it on the bottom edge of one of these towels. So along the bottom edge is kind of my thought. So you use these are so thin, but that's what makes them so great, because they dry so easily. So I have this much room, like that's it. That's where my ink mat is. And the ink mat's going to hold your fabric in place, and it protects the ink from getting down on the surface below, like whatever's down there. You don't want ink on your dining room table or whatever you're working on. Let me get this opened up and just see. Because I'm going to be working on fabric, I don't need to fuzz this. But I wonder, is this going to fit? I mean, the word mercantile just fits. And I'm thinking I want to do mercantile. And then I like both of these phrases, quality dry goods and black sheep wool. This one shows up better, it's bolder. So let me get these all cut out, and I'm gonna start playing with the placement of them on my tea towel. I gotta get that done first, my flour sack towel, I should call it. The placement part first, and then we can just start inking. Then it's easy. But it's a matter of figuring out where you want everything to be on your fabric. And since this has a couple of different design elements, oh, good gravy, you guys. I got no nails. Here we go. I got it. I got it right there. I just need to get my scissor like underneath and in here. This is how I do it. I don't cut. I try not to cut my backing if I don't have to. Easy breezy, lemon squeezy. Okay, so there's the mercantile, and I do want the scale. So, ooh, my stomach just growled. I'm hungry. I had a banana earlier, but I don't think it was enough. I'm very, very hungry. But I've been so busy with these dang lives today. It's just the way it goes. It's okay. I can eat later. I have mail to catch up with, and I have messages to catch up with, and some packages to get out today. It's just been a busy day. It's been a busy day. Here we go. Who's ready for Easter? Are you guys ready for your holiday? I'm going to go down to there, and I'm going to try to flip this because I don't know yet which one of these I'm going to use. So you need to get all of your cut lines cut so that you can then go in and choose whichever design elements you want. So this one just has a little bit left here. Whoops. Nope, I already did that. And then this one has just the spot in between these two to cut. And then it's all done. And now I can start playing and placing them where I think I want them. So when I hang my tea towel, like our kitchen towels, I hang them from it's actually on our, what do you call it? Dishwasher that has the handle, and I hang these off the handle. And I like to hang them like that's about the width of the dishwasher, but I usually fold them. And then whatever's showing here shows, you know, in a pretty way in my kitchen. So my goal is to get this right in the middle of this tea towel. And then I was thinking, well, if I did it higher up, we're just gonna play. We're just gonna play with placement here. I can feel the bumps underneath. I didn't smooth out my fabric yet. So if you just pull on your fabric, you can see from one side, if you just pull on your fabric, it's gonna straighten it out, and then the mat underneath is gonna hold it in place. Hold your fabric in place once you have it placed. This isn't straight. I'm gonna do this again. I can see it's not straight on my, all right, there. And then I really, really, really want to use this right here. Maybe I could position it underneath the word mercantile. I could have this and then one of the sets of words, or maybe two. Maybe I could do more than one set of words over here. I'm off my mat. Oh, well, I guess it's right at the edge. Here's my mat is right here, and there's the bottom of my scale. So I'm gonna move this up just a tish, like a 1/4 of an inch. Come on. If I put that there, then I could actually do a couple of these words. I could do both of them maybe. Like, these are the goods that we carry at this store. We could do black sheep wool, and quality dry goods. I could fit them all. I love that we have these stencils have all these little parts to it, so you can decide exactly what you want. Now, don't worry. I mean, I know if I'm crooked, I can straighten it. That would be cute. What do you guys think? Do you like? Let's see. I can look at comments. Thank you, Fran. Ellen, why are you giggling? You giggling because of my fire alarm earlier? The toast incident. Okay, that would all fit, and I think I would like it. I think it would be cute that way. I actually pulled out neutrals for this. When I was looking at the ink colors that I have, and I have gold and I have silver. So I have shimmer gold, shimmer silver. I could do this in shimmer silver. I have gray and black, and I think those would be most appropriate for this. I'm going to turn it around now, guys, so I can check on like how straight this is on the tea towel. And if you know me, you know I don't need perfection. I really don't. But I do want to make sure that like it's really not obviously, and the black sheep wool is obviously crooked. Now I can see it now that it's not backwards for me anymore. All right, so this is really easy to do. You're just going to take them off and reposition them. And actually, if I do this in pots, so one thing at a time, if I do the mercantile and I get that done, then I could put Since 1902 right underneath. Oh, if I can get it up off the, there we go. I could put this right underneath here, right underneath, and then put the other ones in line. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm taking them all out. I'm positioning them where I think I want them. I'm gonna start inking, and I'm just gonna do one design element at a time. So I'm just moving these all over so they're out of my way. Oh, I lost the comments. Where did they go? Comments on. Come on, Facebook. You can do it. Hi, Becky. Hello, hello. Kathy says, I love that transfer. I haven't used it yet. I'm so excited I get to use it today. So now my M is coming off the edge of here's my ink mat underneath. It's coming off the edge. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the other ink mat that I have, And I'm going to slip it under this cloth so that what I really want to prevent is for the ink to get on my craft table. So I'm going to just slip this underneath there to catch that last little bit of that. The ink mats aren't very expensive, and they're thin enough that you could cut them. So if you needed to place them in fabric, like I always use a onesie as an example, if you needed to get it inside a onesie, you could cut these easily to, because they're very, very thin, the ink mats. Okay, I'm going to do mercantile in black. I think I'm going to do everything in black except the scale, and I think the scale I'll do in shimmer silver. And oh gosh, oh yeah, I have enough. I was going to say, I hope I have enough black. Look at how wet it is. The inks have a completely different formula than the pastes do. If you haven't used them yet, I actually do think that they're easier to use because they just stay the same consistency always, where the pastes dry over time and then you have to re-wet them, and you really do need to get the right consistency for it to be optimal. And it just takes some time. It just takes some time in using it. The other thing with inks is you don't have to rush. With the paste, because they dry quickly, they can dry into your silk screen. And when you pull up your transfer, your design hasn't transferred onto your board. With paste, that really, it's just not usually an issue because it's so wet and it stays wet. It stays kind of tacky until, what I'll do is I'll actually pull this up, and then the paste will be tacky on the fabric. And then what I'll do is I'll take a hot hair dryer to the fabric with the paste on it, or the ink, excuse me. And then when I take the hot, you could, if you had, I don't have a heat tool, like a heat gun, I don't have one. You could use that too, but it will cause it to dry more until you can get to the hot iron and really heat set it. And you just use a hot iron and a piece of parchment paper. You put parchment paper over your ink project on the ironing board, and then you iron it for 4 minutes on one side, moving your iron around in little circles, and then you flip it over to the back side of the ink. You put your parchment paper back down, and you do the same thing, 4 minutes on the other side. So you're setting it into the fabric. But look at how easy this is, you guys. Picking up all the extra. Move you over so you can see the rest of this. So our towels at our house are getting pretty ratty. So I thought, I'm going to design a new one, and then I'll turn one of my old ones into like a cleaning rag. Not for dishes, but I'll either use it here in the craft room or in my laundry room for house cleaning, because it's getting kind of ratty looking from being used and washed and used and washed so many times. I have one that I've had since my 13-year-old was in kindergarten that he made with his hands. It's like just little like kindergarten art, and he used I don't know what kind of paints that the teacher used, but that one, it's getting kind of ratty, but I don't want to cut it up. It's just too cute. I get sentimental about stuff like that. Plus, he doesn't make me art anymore. my 13 and 14-year-old, they're not making me anything art. They send me Snapchats now. That's what I get. And I get TikTok videos. I missed one little spot I can see right here by the E. So I'm just going to fill that in. Now, make sure you don't have any ink on your hands, because you can't get it off. Once it gets in the fabric, it's going to be there. So you want to try to make sure that you do it neatly. Oh, this is a pretty font. See, the mat, the craft mat, holds your fabric down, so you don't have to worry about it flying up as you're trying to pull the transfer off or anything. That is just a really, really pretty font. That is really pretty. This is wet and dirty, so I'm just going to put it aside. I'm actually going to stick it back on the backing right now, even though it's dirty. I'm going to take it and I'm going to very lightly just put it here, and then I'll walk it to my laundry room sink when we're done and clean it. But I can now start figuring out where I want the rest of it to go. Has anybody out there inked before? Isn't that pretty? Robin, I love that it's got the diagonal crisscross, like diagonal lines in it. Tracy, these mats are brilliant. They're so nice. Oh, Ellen says, I have some tea towels that I've been planning to do this on. Go for it. Okay, so now I want to place, where did I put my 1902? I want to place this right underneath, kind of close. This is at a little bit of a curve, and the A is the middle, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, in between the A and the N is the middle. So that doesn't look right to me. Anyway, when I place this down, I don't want this adhesive to get into my ink too much. So if you're worried about that and you really have to place it over, just take your heat gun if you have one, your embossing heat gun, or just, and now on the fabric, I always tell you don't use hot on your transfers. Don't dry your transfers with hot air. But on this, you would want to use the hottest setting possible and just give it a shot of heat, air, and it will really dry it so it's not tacky anymore. I'm not worried about the rest of it. I am only concerned about, whoa, stay in place, please. This adhesive backing touching that paste. I don't want to muck it up. So I'm going to put this as like kind of close to that since 1902. Uh-oh. My squeegee fell down into the cat. Since 1902, I'm going to put it kind of close. It's so easy. Ink is so easy, you guys. There's like just no guessing. It's just so easy. I love it. Okay, I'm going to stick that on the backing because it's dirty. Now I've got the black sheep phrase and I've got the quality dry good. Actually, wait, I got to figure out, this is the biggest thing and this is the biggest challenge. But if I put this off to the side and then put the other two words, quality dry goods, like what their offerings are. And then I'll put the black sheep wool. And then the scale here off to the side. So these are going to even each other out. Now I'm not going to press over here. See how it's overlaying my S just a little bit, the adhesive backing. I'm just not going to press on it very hard. I'm just going to press on the design part of it. This I think I'm going to do in silver. What do you guys think? You tell me. You vote and tell me. Do you think I should do the scale in the metallic silver? I have something there, but it's underneath on the mat, so I'm not worried about that. I'm going to do all the words, all the letters in black. I'm looking at spacing and how straight it is. Becky says, now I need to get ink. It's so easy and fast. It's so fun. Kathy, it is pretty easy. Chalk Couture is pretty easy. It takes a little bit of a learning curve, just like any other, any other craft. But it is pretty easy. And the inking, I think, is easier. Yep, Donna, you can do them in acrylics, too. They will fade over time, your acrylic paints. So what do you guys think? Black or silver? Becky's saying silver or gray for the scale. I was thinking metallic silver. I'm going to try to put these words a little bit closer to each other because I have about a 1/2 inch border around your words. So I'm going to try to lift this up a little higher. I don't want to cover the bottom of the G, but I want them to be a little closer than they were. It almost looks like a old Woolworths or Sears ad in their catalogs. This is what this reminds me of, to be honest with you. So let me get these letters done in black, and then you guys can vote. What do you think I should do the scale? Silver, shimmer silver, gray, or should I just stick with black the whole way? It would be kind of fun to see how the silver turns out on a tea towel. Okay. See, I don't have to worry about taking that up right away like you do with paste. It's just not that fussy. Paste is a lot drier and it dries a lot faster, and ink just doesn't. It just doesn't. So it's very forgiving that way. But the thing is, if you get ink where you don't want it, there's no erasing it. You're on fabric, so you can't erase it like paste. You can't fix your mistakes like you can with paste. You have to either just live with them or toss the project and start over again, because once on fabric. Now, if you're inking on say, ceramic, like a mug, you can erase it off the mug because it's still wet and start all over again. But on fabric, once it's down, it's down. Oh my gosh, is this cute? I'm loving this. All right, I'm putting these dirty ones aside because I just don't want to get ink all over the place. Ooh, just a tiny bit of ink on my finger. Oh, I went a little bit light on the bottom of the Y, but it's okay. It still shows up. It's just a little faint. It's not quite as dark as the rest of it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what do you guys think? What color? Everybody thinks gray. Donna says she would use black. Robin wants to see shimmer silver. Margaret wants to see silver. Tracy wants to see silver. Silver, silver. The gray is a very light gray. Let me hold them up again so you can see them. So here's the shimmer silver, and I think that would be cool on here. Here's the gray. It's like this is the original pot, you guys. This is taupe. It's called taupe, actually. It's not even, this is dating me. Okay, so I've been with the company almost since it started, and when ink was not part of the product line when it first started. And people were using paste on fabrics and using paste on like ceramics and stuff. So the company came out with an ink, which is basically it's almost like, what's the name? Speedball ink, which is another kind of ink out there that people use for screen printing t-shirts and stuff. So this was the original pot. This was the original size that they were at 2 ounces. So look at the difference in size, okay? And the other thing is the lid used to be black, but they changed them to white so that it's different from the paste. So your inks will always have a white lid now, and your pastes only have black lids, but this is one of the originals. It's a very light color, so I don't think that this is the one to go with. So it's either shimmer silver or black. Shimmer silver or black. And you can't say, oh, I don't like it, I'm gonna erase it. Yeah, Becky, I think so too. That gray is too light. Let's do the silver. We have almost everybody is saying do the silver. I do have gold, but you never see a scale in gold. They're always like a metal that's silver. I don't know if it actually is silver. They're usually probably aluminum, stainless steel. I don't know what they're made out of. And most of the time they're actually painted. The one I have in my kitchen is like an old vintage one, and I think it's like a teal color. Oh, I've never even opened this. Woo-hoo-hoo. We're going to open it for the first time. Let me get out a squeegee that I can use. And the other thing with these bigger pots, what's nice about them is the small squeegee, you really had a hard time fitting it in the 2-ounce pots. That was one of the big complaints that as designers we had in the company. They pivot when they hear complaints and they hear that people aren't happy or someone has a better idea. They pivot and they change, and they came out with 3-ounce pots that are a little bigger, and you can get your squeegee in there very easily. I am going to be able to ink this from the amount of paste or ink that's going to be on this lid, because there's going to be so much ink. Now here's my worry, is that I'm going to get ink somewhere on here that I don't want it. So hold on, I have an empty cellophane wrapper from one of my I hadn't put my cottontail bunny back in its little wrapper yet. So let's put that there just to protect my project, because this could get messy. Because I'm frugal, ooh, wrong side. I'm going to salvage all this ink. I'm going to put it back in my pot. I don't want to throw it out because I'm cheap. I spent my good hard-earned money on that. I'm not throwing it in the garbage. It's at least one project's worth of ink right there. Okay, throwing out the lid. I'm going to clean off my fingers so I don't get extra silver where I don't want it. You don't even need to stir it, you guys. This ink is always just the right consistency. But look at that. Oh, is it pretty? It's so pretty. All right, I think I'm going to like the silver. All right, here we go. So the fun part about these projects, you guys, as you know, you get the transfers, the design of the transfer, and you could be sitting around a table with 4 people and you're each using the same transfer and the same squeegees, but your projects could look completely different because you've positioned them in different places or you've chosen different colors. And that's what I find to be so fun about Chalk Couture. So let's see, I have a virtual chalk party coming up on April 26th. So anybody who hasn't tried it yet or wants to try it, you pay $25 and that gets you your kit. It's a full kit that you get to do one chalk paste project on an erasable board that's double-sided. You get a couple of colors of paste, and you get the instructions. So the workshop is included in that fee, and it's here on Facebook. So it's the same exact format that we're using now, except it's a private group just for people who have paid for the workshop. So if anybody's interested in that, the link is in the description of this, or you can just private message me. Are you ready to see? Ew, it's so pretty, you guys. Oh, I love that. I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm going to put this aside, and then I'm going to take my, because I'm done with this design, I'm going to take it off of here, and I'm going to hold it up a little closer so you can see it. I'm really proud of myself. I did not get ink all over the place. I do want to cover up my black before I have an accident. And then I'm going to move this project so that you guys can see it better. Hold on. I really like the silver, you guys. But I know, Donna's like, I would have used the black, and that's totally cool. That's what's so nice about this. Because if you love this project, you can go ahead and get yourself the transfer, get yourself the black ink, and have some fun. I would highly recommend, if you're going to ink on fabrics, to get one or both of the ink mats. There are two different sizes. One is big and square. I'll show you them again. And the other one's long and skinny. But let me pull this up. Well, actually, before I pull it up, I'm going to take a little bit of heat to it, and then I'll show you. Because that'll, just in case it hits itself, the ink won't smudge on you. Karen says, oh, yes. Oh, Roxy just purchased today. Roxy, I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited. Welcome as a new customer. I haven't had you as a customer before. So I'm thrilled if you're ordering. Thank you. Fran says, I love it, love it, love it. So stinking cute. All right. I'm just going to give it a minute, 30 seconds, a minute of heat. Now on this, you want heat. You want hot. Hey, did we hit 25 viewers? I'm seeing 22. If we hit 25, I got to add names to the basket. So you tell me. Ellen, I still have shimmer bundles. The shimmer bundles that I have, the mini, the single paste, the shimmer bundles, I still have some left. I have about 6 of those left, and they are for paste. The company has not come out with singles of ink yet, but paste. And they're still in the VIP group. That's a great little bundle because you get the stir sticks, you get the little trays for your paste packets, you get the pastes, and you get a squeegee in that bundle. I love bundles. I think they're so fun. I love it because you can add to your supplies without having to buy a huge quantity of them. Okay, I'm going to peel this off, and I'm going to put this down so you guys can see. Hi, Susan. Oh, I hit 25 a while ago. So, Becky, when I'm done here, I'm going to add a name. I'll randomly pull from the comments one name and put it in the prize bucket. Okay, and I'm going to draw for that tomorrow, you guys. So this is your last chance to get in that bucket for tomorrow's drawing, and then I'll start all over again. So just because it might still a little be wet, I'm just going to be very careful. You can see it goes through to the back because it's a thin tea towel, but the other ink, it's on my mat now. And to clean this, you just rinse it off with water and then let it dry. You can see the ink. We want that to go in the mat. The mat will absorb it. That protects your kitchen table, and it's holding your project down so your project isn't getting moved around on you while you're working. All right, so here's the one of them it's long and narrow. This is one of the ink mats, and they're thin enough that you can cut them. They're really, really thin. So they're light and easy to work with. They're very pliable, and you can easily cut them to smaller sizes if you need. The other one, oh, that one just fell on the floor. The other one is a square. It's a big square, kind of like your C size transfer, or D size transfer. It's just a big square. That's one of the originals, so it looks a little different than the one in the books. But check this out. Look at that, you guys. Check it out. I'm loving the black with the silver. And look at the shimmer. I'm going to hold this up so you can see the shimmer. And it's still a little tacky. I can feel the black sheep. I can feel that it's a little tacky, but it's not, you can see it's not smudging, but it's still a little tacky in places. So now you can take your hot hair dryer or your heating tool, give it a nice shot of hot air for a minute. And then what I'll do is I will get my ironing board out and my iron. And I try to do this when I have a couple of them piled up, but I don't plan on inking anything else. So I'm just going to do this one and be done with it so I can get it in my kitchen and use it. But you lay it out on your ironing board. You set your iron to whatever setting is appropriate for the fabric that you're working with. And this is a cotton, so I can put it all the way on the highest setting. You place your parchment paper over all the words, over all the design, and you just use your iron in little circles for 4 minutes. You're just gonna heat it all up, heat it all up, heat it all up. Then when the 4 minutes is over, you're gonna take it off your ironing board. You're gonna put it upside down, and the same thing, you're gonna put your parchment paper over it, and for 4 minutes, just little circles to make sure. And see, you can't see the silver through the back. It didn't come through, but the black sure did. But that's okay. When I hang my tea towels, when I hang these in my kitchen, we've done the dishes, and now it's time to hang it. So what I usually do, because I hang it on the front of my dishwasher, I usually just turn in the 2 outside corners and then hang it so that you can see whatever design is on the edge there that you've created. I love this. I'm so excited about it. These make great little gifts too. These would make great, you could do 5 of them. And if you have an adult daughter who has her own home now, or own apartment, or an adult son, it doesn't have to be just the girls. The boys need tea towels too, or hand towels for the kitchen. Just, you can wrap them up in a basket to make a Mother's Day gift for your daughter or granddaughter or for your sister. You could hint to your children that that's what you want. I think this is really fun. I love working with ink. It's so easy. Yes, parchment paper, Miss Karen. You can use parchment paper. Susan said, I received my Happy Mail today. So nice. Oh, yay. Teacher's gifts. Good idea, Donna. Yep, you can just wash it regular now, Cheryl. I actually bleach all of my kitchen stuff. Gets a little shot of bleach in it. All of my kitchen towels get washed all by themselves. And I throw just a tiny bit of bleach and I put it on the whites. On my washing machine, which is a Speed Queen, I put it on the white, the setting for washing whites with bleach, and I always do 2 rinses because I want to kill any like kitchen bacteria that are in there, and I've never had trouble with it. So there you are, but you can wash it however you normally wash your linens. You have 26 viewing now. All right, Dad, that's awesome. All right, let's see. Let me get to my prize basket. Actually, I don't even need the basket. I just need the little entry forms. So I'm going to go through in the comments and pull one comment, one person who has commented. I randomly choose. It's the only way I can just give everybody a fair chance at winning a prize. I'm going to draw for this prize tomorrow during my live tomorrow. So you stay tuned for that, or be live with me, and I'll send a happy mail of Chalk Couture goodies to somebody. Okay. Ellen Mitchell, I'm sorry, she says, I'm giggling. She's giggling about the fire alarms going off in one of my lives today, my first live today. Ellen Mitchell, your name's going in the prize box. What's today, the 9th? Way to go, girlfriend. There you go, Ellen. Your name is in the prize basket. Stay tuned tomorrow. I'll be drawing for that. Tomorrow, okay, I was thinking I would just do one live tomorrow, but I have Crafts for Kids. It's my last... Not the last Crafts for Kids. It'll be the 20th Crafts for Kids. So I've been doing it Monday through Friday for 4 weeks. Is that right? 5 weeks. How long have I been doing it? For 4 weeks. 4 weeks. So we have 20 projects in the Crafts for Kids video playlist on the Comfy Nest with Grace page. And I've been doing live for that same period of time. I've been trying to go live at 2 o'clock, around 2 o'clock, mostly 2 o'clock for Chalk Couture. So I was going to skip Chalk Couture tomorrow, but now I can't because I forgot I'm going to be doing the drawing for tomorrow. So catch me tomorrow. 2 o'clock, I think, will be the time. So every morning I post the schedule for the day for the live projects. I'll meet you back here, and maybe we'll just do the drawing. But, you know, if you guys are there, we hit that 25, I'll add one more name to the basket before we go ahead and draw. Somebody will be getting some happy mail. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. If anybody's interested in the class, the virtual chalk party / workshop for beginners, The link is in this description, or you can private message me and I'll get you the info. It's $25 to get the kit. The kit gives you everything that you need to get started. I'll give away a door prize to one of the people who are participating, and everybody who's participating gets a coupon code to use on one order. At the end of the chalk party, I give them that, and they have about a week to decide what they want to order using their discount. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. I so appreciate you. Take care and God bless.